Cardinal Burke said massive changes to the Mass after Vatican II were an abuse of the Council and stressed that proper worship is essential for morality in an interview with Raymond Arroyo. Cardinal Raymond Burke said that the Holy Mass was radically reduced after Vatican II with the stripping away of beautiful elements in the traditional Latin Mass and praised the transcendence of the older rite in an interview with EWTN host Raymond Arroyo. Cardinal Burke, a renowned canon lawyer and former prefect of the Apostolic Signatura, the highest court of the Catholic Church, also stressed the importance of celebrating Mass ad orientem, or with the priest facing the tabernacle or the east, and how proper worship is necessary for morality on Arroyo's podcast. Arroyo noted that young people are flocking to this Latin Mass no matter where I travel. You go to Nashville, here in New Orleans, and this week in England, a seminary offered the ancient Roman rite in Birmingham, and they were packed to the gills. Asked what is drawing so many young people to the traditional Mass, Cardinal Burke said, "It's the beauty of what I call the more ancient form of the Roman rite. The form which it had practically from the time of Pope St. Gregory the Great, who reigned from 590–604, until the time of the Second Vatican Council, 1962–1965. He then said that the massive changes to the liturgy after the Second Vatican Council were an abuse of the Council's teaching and had a negative effect. Oftentimes, people refer to the reforms of after the Council of Trent as being the same as the reforms that were done to the sacred liturgy after the Second Vatican Council. But that's not the case, he stated. The reforms after the Council of Trent were to address some elements, but the form of the rite was maintained and so in continuity for more than 15 centuries. And whereas, after the Second Vatican Council, and I maintain, not due to the teaching of the Council but to the way in which that teaching was abused, the rite was radically reduced, he lamented. Cardinal Burke also said that while there is a continuity between the traditional Mass and the new rite, it's so strained. You don't take something so rich in beauty and start stripping away the beautiful elements without having a negative effect, he said. The Cardinal rejected what he called an ecclesial wokeism, that claims that everything in the past is no good. The form of the Mass is no good. We have to invent something new, which he said was not the intention of the Second Vatican Council. The Latin language, he also noted, unified us not only in time as the Mass came down to us but also in space, that wherever you went you could always pray the Holy Mass because it was the language of the Church. In fact, the Second Vatican Council instructed that the use of the Latin language is to be preserved in the Latin rites, as well as that Gregorian chant should be given pride of place in liturgical services. The Council said there should be a repertory of Gregorian chant, for instance, that would be taught throughout the world, Cardinal Burke said. Well, those things somehow got lost. Not everywhere, but sadly in great part.